What's up, Abe Nation? Marcel Klinovic, Boss Blunts, here with Boss Blunts Think Tank. We are hanging out over here. Do me a favor, smash that like. Appreciate y'all very much. We are tracking Kenny Griffin. Drop a like for me. Appreciate y'all. It's free. The likes don't cost a thing. What's up, Jeff, Craig, Simon, Jack? It's good to see y'all. Just gonna roll one up, grab a beer, and we'll get cracking. What's up, Master Bilbo?
You're an original, aren't you?
Cowboy.
I think it's time to blow this thing. Get everybody in the stuff together.
Join me.
Okay, 3,
What kind of smoke on? What's up, Johnny? What's going on, people? We're gonna be so fucking rich. Holy shit. Woo!
Boss, can you share the screen?
Yeah, brother. Thanks for the reminder. Okay, while we're at it.
You're an original, aren't you?
Cowboy.
What's up, Ape Nation? We're going to be dropping a link to the Discord for the first time ever. We have decided to make certain channels public so that we can communicate during the MOASS if Twitter and YouTube get shut down. Blue Hefner, you took the words right out of my mouth, brother. Discord's coming up your way, coming up at you guys right here in a second. I'll drop a link in the chat in just a minute. After I'm done rolling this blunt. Cheers. What's up, Frosty, Christopher, Samson, Jessica, George? ¿Qué pasa? Chilling, guys. Hanging out with the think tank over here. Ken Griffin's fan club. We're about to fuck shit up. Tracking down Kenny Griffin's crime. Alleged. Cleve, thanks for coming through, brother. Double May Rage.
Gary Gensler. I want my fucking money.
I appreciate you, Double. You know, a lot of people were wondering, why I decided to start streaming on AMC and Gamestop. And for those of you that didn't see the first few videos that I put out with Jackson Hunter and other folks, it was mainly because once I realized what the hell was going on in the stock market, I just couldn't sleep at night without actually sharing the information with people, because it's so ridiculous. There's so many lies given to us by our government that I just didn't feel right knowing what I know and not saying anything about it. So I just decided it was time. It's time to say something.
Why doesn't somebody tell me what they think is going on?
Mr. Tulda, as I mentioned earlier, if you compare the figure at the top of page 13...
Jared, it's a little early for all that. Just speak to me in plain English.
Oh, excuse me one second. We got this other video going in the
But
background.
I'd like to speak to the guy who put this together. Mr. Sullivan, is it? Does he speak English?
Sir?
I'd like to speak
Margin
with the
call.
analyst who
Great
seems to
movie.
stumble across this mess.
Certainly. That would be Peter Sullivan, right?
What's up with the think tank? You guys still over there? Did I lose you guys?
No, we're here.
I'm
bro.
here.
We're just being quiet. I'm getting loaded up right now. Getting
Good
ready to
d-
throw some vodka and some Sprite together.
Let's get loaded up, man.
I'm looking at elevations, just trying to get ready. Then I'm going to run in there and grab a bourbon.
Good deal. What kind of bourbon are we drinking tonight?
Well, I had Calumet last night, so I think I'm going to switch over to that Jefferson's Ocean.
Okay. I haven't not heard of it. I got to try it, apparently. I'll
Yeah,
put it on the
Jefferson's
list.
makes a pretty good bourbon, but Ocean is it's actually aged at sea and usually in a wooden hull ship. It's
No
just
kidding.
Yeah. So it's
That's pretty sick, brother.
it's pretty decent. It's a good on the rock. Yeah. So
A good on the rocks, I
grab
would
one of them
say.
real quick.
All right, Elmo, Tony, thank you guys for sharing. Appreciate that.
think
Thanks
I
for
might
getting a link
be
out
loose.
there. What's that,
Good time,
Silverback?
brother.
Come on, y'all. Let's not all talk at once.
Yeah, I was just saying, anytime, brother, no problem.
Appreciate that.
On the share.
People's got short attention spans, man. We can't let silence for too long. People will fucking go to sleep.
True. Very
Yeah,
true.
Caden, on Mechanical. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming out, everybody. Well, we're going to check on Kenny Griffin's whereabouts over here because this scumbag's committing, well, allegedly doing some shady shit. I'm not sure, without a shadow of a doubt, because no one can definitely be sure what he's doing. You know, it's all hearsay. But the locations don't lie. The airplane's getting around. This motherfucker went to Africa again.
And London,
And
and
London.
Milan,
Who knows what the fuck he's doing in Africa.
buying diamonds, bro.
That's right. Listen, for those of you that are unaware, I'm Marcel Klinovic, Boss Blunts. Welcome to Boss Blunts Think Tank. We're hanging out over here, going to discuss some issues going on with Ken Griffin's airplane and his whereabouts, and some potential, some potential crimes or some issues going on there. But that's just allegedly. We don't really know for sure. One thing we do know for sure is that FINRA margin debt and S&P 500 real values are extremely overinflated. The market is extremely oversold, and we are in for some changes. The newest DTC filing this one was from October 25th, just a few days ago. And for everything settling on November 1st, beginning on October 29th, anything settling on November 1st, there will be new changes implemented to the collateral value for certain securities. Now, if you guys are unaware what this means, I'll explain it as simply as possible, all right? Let's put this over here. It's funny, they literally use the term haircut. Haircut. Have you ever imagined that, you know, the DTCC would call a reduction in collateral a haircut? What's up, Fox Balder, Zany? It's good to see you guys. Yeah, JM, overbought. Our stock market is extremely overpriced right now, which is a sad state. But everybody already know. If you should already know this. If you don't know this, you haven't been watching this channel. In regards to that, this newest DTC risk management changes to DTC collateral. What it basically means is that they're hedge funds and banks and market makers are no longer going to be able to use the same sort of collateral that they were previously using, okay? It's going to seriously cut down the amount of bullshit that's going on. And I'll explain how. Currently, you see one of Citadel's largest holdings is Tesla. However, as of recently, for those of you that are unaware, Tesla's securities bond rating is about a double B, BB. Okay, and that's fine. That's not a terrible thing. However, why this becomes an issue is because any security that's rated AAA to AA will receive a reduction in collateral value of 5 to 35%. To say this in smooth brain terms, what was once worth $100 will now be worth between $95 and $65. What does that mean? Less assets, less collateral, less liquidity, less margin, right? We know these assholes are trading at a 40-to-1 margin on some trades, okay? You need to take out collateral to secure a loan. Let's say you have $100 worth of Tesla, and in this case, the collateral has to be proportional to its value, okay? If you take something that like Tesla, which is considered BB+, that's called almost a junk bond. That is Tesla's credit rating for this particular bond. All right, so when a market downturn happens or there's loss of liquidity for whatever reason, whether it be the economic woes, supply chain issues, the inflation that we're seeing, all of a sudden, that Tesla collateral that Citadel was previously using to maintain their margin position is no longer worth what it once was. Pretty easy shit, huh? No, Fly High, it's not that we need Tesla to go back down. This is actually fine because as of November 1st, they're not going to be able to use it to the extent that they currently are as collateral. So a lot of people are wondering, why did Berkshire Hathway run? Berkshire Hathway increased 51%, I believe, or around 50%, to the tune of $220,000 a share in after hours on October 26th. How did that happen? A couple key people bought one share apiece at $660,000 a share, when the current share price is around $480,000 a share. What does this mean? It means they artificially pumped Berkshire Hathway. All right. The reason that this was done is because they can no longer use other collaterals such as Tesla that are rated as BB+ bonds. They have to use AAA or AA bonds, such as Berkshire Hathaway. Pretty simple, huh? So now you know why you saw Berkshire Hathaway sell 3 shares at $660,000 a share, and the price went up by 50%. It's really quite simple. So these supranational bonds, as they're called, anything from AAA to AA, will receive a haircut, 20% right off the top. So if you have $100 in this collateral that is rated AA to AAA, it is now only considered $80 worth of collateral to the DTCC. Hence, margin calls could happen. That's why you're seeing certain stocks like Berkshire Hathaway run and other things get dumped. You're going to see a lot of changes in the short-term future on the stock market.
So the rating is what you're wanting to look at, not the cost.
The rating is very important, right? Because as you can see here from this filing, it says most securities with no active market prices for 3 days will receive a 100% haircut. This applies to new securities during the IPO, initial issuance stage, and to active securities where the DTC has not received a vendor price for 3 days. With the exception of mortgage-backed securities issued by United States, which will still receive a 100% haircut if the DTC has not received a vendor price the prior business day. So they're still abusing these mortgage-backed securities for leverage, but they're no longer going to be able to use other things that are not rated AA or AAA, when in reality it's kind of genius if you think about it. Because if hedge funds are not going to be holding as much, triple B rated and below, single A rating and below securities, it's going to reduce the impact on the stock market if these hedge funds do go out of business or do get margin called and have serious defaults to the point where other entities have to start footing the bill, such as the prime brokers. So this is good for the market, and it is good for investors and retail investors, in my opinion. Somebody asks how they can pump Berkshire Hathaway with 3 shares. Does any of you guys happen to have that handy, by the way? Because I would love to show that. I just didn't have that ready because I thought everybody had already seen it. But if you hadn't, I'll just pull it up real quick. As you can see, I was checking out their top 13F holdings as well to try to figure out what some fuckery was going on over there. But, this is today. Let's take a look at the last 5 days. What is going on with this chart? This chart's not updated. Oh, there it is. So as you can see here in this portion of the chart, which does not reflect the after hours in it, in the after hours, the stock went up $223,614, 51.07%. There was 3 shares that were sold at that price. It's as simple as that. One purchase order at a time. You know what? And I think it was AMC Bigums who posted a screenshot of that. Let me go to my man AMC Bigums' Twitter page and check that shit out. Because I was pretty sure I saw that.
Are you just looking for a screenshot of the chart itself?
Do you have the one of where the 3? Go to AMC Bigum's page, if you will, and find it if you can, brother, where he posts the screenshot of Berkshire Hathaway of just those 3 fucking shares. It's
yeah.
the Weeble picture where it shows one share, 660,000, one share, 660,000, and that's the way that they elevated the price.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. That's not the problem. I know exactly where that is, too.
Zany asks, so can't they just keep pumping stocks after hours to mark up collateral value? Absolutely, they can pump up stocks, but where are they going to get that money from? They got to get it from crypto or other stocks. So you're going to see, certain things tanking, zombie stocks, certain stock positions being closed out, because they're not going to be worth a damn thing. Yep, so there's the hockey stick. Thank you very much, Fly High Enjoy. The after hours hockey stick, I apparently was not zoomed in far enough to see it. But if you're unaware, Berkshire Hathaway, thank you very much, Elmo. There it is right there. Shot up $223,614 in a matter of instance. And I will explain why my man AMC Bigums and Elmo over here just pulled this up. Open it in a new page because that one's a little small for people to see. Now, while that opens the original, this is one of the stocks that's being used as collateral now because, for example, a stock like Tesla can no longer be used as collateral as of November 1st because of this most recent DTC filing. This is a chart taken on Weeble, at 4:48. I'm not sure exactly what time zone, but it must have been after, after the market closed today, because this wasn't after hours, where Class A BRKA Berkshire Hathaway preferred shares were on the sale, or were for sale. As you can see, look at this tick by tick pressure. What do we have at 16, 21, 23, and 24? One share sold at $661,504. Again and again and again. 3 shares is all it took, because there was nobody else buying or selling at that time anywhere within that price range. You can see the previous action here. We had one share repeatedly. Okay, and look at this volume analysis. 11.55% of this volume was at this range, 437,165. But all it takes is a couple, literally three $661,000, 504 ranges to make this thing fucking shoot, because there's so few shares available and so few people selling this thing that you see a 51% gain in this asset. So I can't tell you what else they're buying, but I can tell you that the reason they're buying this, and that's what it is. It's this new filing. Switch over here. All right. Citadel's biggest long is Tesla. All right. I'd like to give credit to Gravity and Love from Reddit, from Superstocks, username Gravity and Love, for showing this information to me. Right. They're no longer going to be able to use their own bonds or these zombie stocks or this other bullshit as collateral. Nothing with a credit rating of BBB and below will be accepted as collateral. This is great fucking news. And people have to remember, we don't need just one filing or one change in the market to cause a short squeeze. It takes a combination of changes that we've been seeing ever since January and February, since Gary Gensler and Gruber Gruwal have taken office, right? So this is a very, very clear indication here that we're not going to be able to, a lot of stocks are going to be losing some value, plain and fucking simple. Like, there would be no reason for these hedge funds to continue to hold them as their long position. They're going to hold, even more blue chip stocks like Berkshire Hathaway. Okay. There's no news, no earnings, no information on Berkshire Hathaway to cause this whatsoever, for this kind of price increase to happen. None. So that being said, the only explanation is the fact that they're a AA rated bond. So you're going to see, if you're looking at your stocks right now, your blue chips, in my opinion, and if they're not rated AA or better, there's a good chance that they're going to be sold off to meet margin calls from over-leveraged hedge funds. And so that's the very beginnings of a huge bear run. It's the beginnings of a bear market, and there's nothing that you or I can do to stop it. Right? Margin debt has never been this high. We have $426 trillion in total derivatives on the market right now across the top, all the top banks and holding companies. And 426 trillion, if you don't believe me, is the exact number if you add up the totals on the most recent Office of the Comptroller of the Currency Report for bank derivatives and assets and liabilities. So what do we have next? Tapering by the Fed. We have supply chain issues. We have hyperinflation incoming. We have a real estate moratorium that's out the door. Actual mortgages serviced are down 15% this month, which is down 15% from last month. That's a reduction of 2.1 million less mortgages this month and 2 million less mortgages the last month. Right? So it's been 5 months of this steady downtrend in mortgage services. Mortgages serviced means the number of actual mortgages written, not applications, because those are both down. but the actual number of mortgages given out and written is down 2.1 million, 15% this month alone. So when you take all this, they're trying to survive November 1st. They're trying to survive through mid-November and December, through a debt ceiling crisis, through a weak economy, through COVID and a vaccine mandate rocking unemployment right now. Because even though unemployment figures are low, the actual number of employed Americans is only 58.4%. Now you'll say, well, but unemployment's only at 5.8% or 5.4%. That may be the case. That could be average unemployment. But in August, 4.3 million people quit their jobs due to a vaccine mandate that is unconstitutional. And in July, 4.1 million people quit. And in June, 3.8 million people quit. And the month prior to that, I think about 3.5 million people quit their jobs. So these people do not qualify for unemployment, and they're not standing in the unemployment line, hands down. Citadel doesn't have a fucking pot to piss in, and they're going every which way. They're so desperate as to sue the SEC for delimit order implementation, which is going to take away even more money out of their pocket because they make a vast percentage of their money through latency arbitrage, taking advantage of that lag on the delimit orders, which is now out the window. So they're trying to appeal it with the United States Appellate Court, and it's not going to go anywhere. I'm looking forward to 30 to 60 days from now when the judge comes back with an answer and says, yeah, Citadel, go fuck yourselves. Delimit order is here to stay. Fuck you and your payment for order flow.
And IEX.
And IEX and BEMEX. Jonathan asks if they'll sell a lot of shares tomorrow of Berkshire Hathaway. I don't think so. I don't see why they would sell them because they're worth so much. They pumped it artificially with 3 shares with $1.7 million. Sorry, 6, 12, 18. Well, $1.8, $1.9 million.
Mm-hmm.
They pumped the stock 51%. Do you have any idea what this does to their margin? This is great fucking news for their margin. I mean, I know you guys here in the chat, you can feel free to say anything if you want. But you know what this means. This they needed this desperately.
Yeah, I think what they're going to do is they're going to end up holding it as collateral just to make sure that when
they
do
have to
show the when they have to show the margin.
Yeah, if they were to dump it, they would take an ass eating basically.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And you know what this does? If you're unaware, I'm sure most of you haven't thought about this. This makes Warren Buffett the richest man in the world again, and Elon Musk the world's second richest man.
Very true. Very true.
Even if they knew they wasn't going to win the lawsuit, they still bought themselves 30 more days.
That's how much money is being exchanged hands here. Like this 51% pump of Berkshire Hathaway that literally made the top 2 richest guys in the world switch places again, which just Elon Musk was the richest man in the world up as of a couple days ago due to their most recent deal with SpaceX and Hertz, who just ordered how many? 100,000 Teslas, I believe, something along those lines. Was
Correct.
it SpaceX? I meant Tesla and Hertz. My apologies.
Yes. Yes, but there were 100,000.
Shamrock. I'm not hiring at the moment, but we will be soon. We are going to be needing some more help in lit exchange. Our team is hard at work. And when we have more positions available, you will definitely be the first to hear about it. Before we move on to tracking Kenny's airplane, I would like to invite everybody to the Boss Blunts think tank. It is our private Discord server. I'm sorry, I hate saying it's so fucking uneducated. It is our private Discord server. We are going to be opening it up because I am seriously and legitimately concerned for the status of Twitter and YouTube when the mother of all short squeezes does occur. So I would like to open this up so that when people are having troubles connecting with others on YouTube and Twitter and such, they can come to a place to make sure that everything's still okay and get some security that we're all still here with them and they're not alone. So let me send out that invitation right now. Let me just slide this over so nobody can see this. But while I do that, for those of you that are unaware, this is the Schiller Pe Ratio. It was implemented by a man named Robert Schiller. He was a Nobel Prize winner. And what this means is the higher this number is, the more of a chance for a market correction because it's stating that the market is overbought. And the lower number that it is it says it's telling you that the stock market is extremely affordable and it's a good time to buy. As you can see, the Schiller Pe Ratio for right now, today, is 38.96, went up 0.18% on Monday. The only time in history that it's ever been higher than it is right now is the 2000 dot-com bubble. If that doesn't worry you, I don't know if you're right in the head. No offense.
Did you hear me a minute ago, boss?
Sorry, brother. Come again?
I said, did you hear me a minute ago?
No, say that again.
No, I was going to say, even if they knew they wasn't going to win the court case, I mean, it still gave them 30 more days or plus, you know what I mean, waiting on the verdict.
Well, delimit is actually already implemented, so it's not really
I didn't-
buying them any time.
Okay, I didn't know if they got to stay with the judge or not. You know
No,
what I mean?
no, but that's a good concept there, because I think a lot of people were thinking that same thing. But no, delimit has already been implemented. However, what it means is that they're trying to appeal it to repeal it, and that's just not going to happen, in my opinion. I'm very much looking forward to the fact, or should I say, to when this is announced as being a massive failure.
Good, then they're already stuck.
Oh, they're stuck all right. And I am not a financial advisor. All of this is for your education and entertainment only. None of this is financial advice. I am dropping a link to the Discord into the chat right now. I will reset it in 24 hours. So if you want it, use it. Come on in and join us. If you don't want it, no worries. BBR Germany, our new broker-dealer lit exchange with zero payment for order flow, zero dark pools. We'll be giving away 2 free cannabis stocks once implemented here. We are going to be trying to have it in your area in Germany, but in the very beginning, it will probably be only available in the USA and Canada. We will have more information for you very soon, and we will be having support for Europe as soon as possible as well. So it's going to be very educational. That's the whole idea behind it, is to help people actually learn some financial literacy. All right, thanks for telling me the page says invalid. Let me get you a new link, guys. I don't know why it would say that, but I'm going to refresh the link. That should do it. Make a no limit on it. Generate a new one for you. There we go. I appreciate you, Urban, man. I think we all just want to make a difference. You know, we all just want to do something better. I personally want to keep investing in the stock market because I've been investing in it for a long time, and I want it to be fair for everybody. And I think that my kids and your kids all deserve a chance to be able to make some fucking money on the stock market. You know, and because of that, I started thinking, what is one of the things that I could do to really make a fucking impact? And that's start a fucking broker-dealer and a market maker that's going to directly compete with Citadel, with Virtue, with Robinhood, with all these guys. So yeah, it's a big undertaking, but our team's working on it, and they're going to see us coming only because I've been calling them out publicly, and they're going to try to stop us, but that's never stopped me before. So I've opened up I've started from the ground up multi-million dollar businesses, and Lit Exchange is going to be the first multi-billion-dollar business. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Website will be dropping soon, which will keep you updated on the status of Lit Exchange. So again, we're going to be competing heavily with Webull and Robinhood because, in my opinion, nobody wants that forced dark pool payment for order flow bullshit anyway. People would rather know, hey, I just spent $5. I made a bunch of fucking trades, and I got a great price for it. Because we all know that, according to Robinhood's top dogs, best execution for Robinhood means top speed, not best price. Plain and fucking simple. So the whole NBBO game as it is, you guys don't have any idea unless you've really researched what next best bid and offer really means. It could be interpreted in a million different ways, and that's one of the reasons why I've decided where we can make our own market maker and a separate entity that is a broker-dealer, so we can work directly with the lit exchanges on the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, ARKA-X, and we can work directly with retail through a completely separate entity as a broker-dealer, directly on your fucking iPhone and Android and computer. And you won't have to go in there and type in all this bullshit to make sure it goes to the right exchange. You know, so chances are, in my opinion, the mother of all short squeezes will probably happen before we can get the app out. But it doesn't make a difference because I think we're all here to stay. And afterwards, this is just my opinion, I believe that a lot of people are going to be filthy, stinking, fucking rich. And they're going to want to invest their money. And they're going to have assets that they don't know what to do with. And so, you know, we are going to be a full-service broker-dealer, so we will handle assets, keep assets under management if people should choose to do so. But everyone will have the absolute right and ability and 100% transparency to see every single thing that's happening with their trades and their shares. So there's a lot of changes coming for Citadel and Virtue, and they don't even fucking know it yet. They don't even fucking know it yet. Let's take a look at this, guys. Where the fuck is Ken Griffin, guys? What is he fucking doing in Algeria? He's going to Niger? Whoa, let's take a look at this. Where's my boy Silverback?
What's up? How's it going? Yeah, we got a whole lot to talk to.
Silverback got lost in his glass of whiskey.
Oh no! Actually, I was trying to overtalk my mute button.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. I appreciate it. You know, and one more time, real quick, I just want to say, everybody, please feel free to join the Discord. Hop on in anytime you want. Unfortunately, you will not be able to jump into this live stream chat. I do have it made private for the moment, but it will be open to everybody because I do feel strongly that because of the social psychology warfare that's going right now with the mainstream media, that you can expect certain places like Twitter and even YouTube to be taking down videos or entirely restricting access to a lot of people. So, what the fuck? Cheers. We're going to be fucking rich. Hey, what's up, Pam? Good to see you. It's good to see all you guys. Thanks for coming out. So, October 16th, oh boy, Kenny Griffin traveled from London to Africa, huh?
Yeah, so he got up to cruising speed and cruising altitude. Popped over Niger. We got a couple of pings on him, but if you transpose his flight path with a small degree of air, it looks to me like he was headed to Pretoria, which is South Africa, just because of his speed and his altitude. And not only that, but he was also, this wasn't like last time where it was a turnaround within 18 hours or 20 hours. He was down there a day and a half, I want to say, or maybe more.
Let's see.
So Pretoria
10:17
is
he was in the air.
Capital. Yeah, so he was in I believe South Africa's capital is Pretoria. It's not Johannesburg, and that is kind of like Africa's version of New York, if you will. They have a high degree of banking, finance, crypto. It's a fairly large cosmopolitan area, and he has many avenues that he could be taken in order to do whatever he's trying to do. Now, I think it's something important to note that they only have 5 offices outside the continental U.S. One of them's Toronto, the other's Dublin, the other's London, and then they have one in China and in Hong Kong, which we know that they haven't been utilizing because they were locked out of those markets for 5 years. So, question begs, why is he making so many trips to Africa? At
the
first,
fuck's
we
he
were not
doing?
able to pinpoint the fact that. Right, exactly. And you know, I was like, is he going to Mogadishu? Is he going to Niger? There's just so many areas that he could be going, but none of them made any pragmatic sense until we started looking at South Africa. We know he wouldn't go to Johannesburg with the crap that's going on there right now. That would not be a good place for him to be. And you know, probably the safest place in Africa right now is Pretoria. So,
I think it's one of the safest free ports in Africa.
you know,
Because they can stash shit in the
Africa
free
is
port, can't they?
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. Africa is so close to outsiders on what they do internally. I mean, to a degree. I don't know of any free ports in Africa. You know, I know
Gotcha,
one
thanks.
thing. If I had, you know, $800 million worth of art, I'm not going to store it in fucking Africa. It would be somewhere in the EU.
Not to cut you off, but I just want to say congratulations to Jenny23, one of our mods. Just bought her first house. I am super happy for you. Peace and wealth. I wish you the best. That's so great. I'm glad to hear that. Props to you, Jenny. That's exciting. And for those of you that are wondering, in my opinion, I do expect a retracement in the real estate market, but if you're looking to have a home, it couldn't hurt to get a home, especially if you're not going to be interested in selling it anytime soon. If you're planning to keep it for several years or longer, I think it would be a good idea for the majority of people, pending they can afford it, and they don't need to move around easily where a lot of tenants would. So congratulations to you, Jenny. I also bought a home in January, and I'm very glad I did. It was a good choice. So that being said, brother, what the fuck? He was over there. He passed by on October 17th. His airplane was in the air on its way through the middle of Africa, and you're thinking he went down to Pretoria.
Yeah, that would be my.
And we catch him
educated guess.
coming back on October 19th, so 2 days later at 6:59.
Yeah. Right. But, you know, that being said, he's almost in Algeria at that point. So he, you know,
Been in the air.
it's a pretty good, it's a pretty good distance. But what I find really kind of fucked up as Hogan's goat, if you will, is he gets into London again, and immediately the next day does a turn and burn into Milan.
Oh shit! Let's see. So on the 19th, he's still cruising over Africa. On the 8th, date changes.
Should be the
And this
19th or
motherfucker
20th.
landed over on the 20th, right around 2200 hours to London.
Back,
Yeah.
back. You sure he wasn't just going to a fucking fashion show in Italy?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm sure he was there for less than 30 minutes. That would have been a hell of a fucking fashion show. So,
Yeah, it would.
What the fuck did he do on the 21st? What is this shit?
that's what I'm saying. So take
is that-
take a gander.
that
It's a
the
turn and
circle
burn.
Is he coming or is he going? Oh shit! I see what's going on. Okay.
Is that
Yeah,
the circle
yeah.
jerk from
So he-
London to Milan?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
you
it's
sneaky
actually
fuck.
out of
Where are you going, Kenny?
out of Stratford, which is pretty good distance north of London, but it's I believe his office is on the north side of London. So
Brendan and Ella, I hope you get that house for your kids. You guys deserve it. Let's see, well, he's traveling. Let's check it out. Got some pretty good information on here. You know, we've got a true speed of 492 knots, traveling at 45,000 feet. Looks like a ground speed of 526 knots. This son of a
right,
bitch
so
just does
so
a little
that's
circle,
about-
huh?
Well, yeah. So to me, what that looks like, that little hairpin that you see there,
Mm-hmm.
as he's approaching Milan, probably something was happening on the ground where they needed him to waste a few minutes in order to clear the runway or to get a flight off or on. So that little circle there is, it's pretty common. So he did a little loop-de-loop there, and then came down and approached from the south, because you actually
What was
on
the
this
purpose
runway,
of
you
that?
approach
Just
from the south.
what's the purpose of that?
So that's to waste time. So it's just
Thought
like
so.
sometimes you'll see them circling over an airport back and forth on the larger ones, the intercontinental airports. You know what I mean? They'll actually circle the airports, but this is a smaller airport, and they're just it's probably just a scheduling glitch, right? So they needed him to take up a little bit of time for them to do what they needed to do on the ground.
Okay.
That's not a nefarious look to me
No.
at all.
No, not at all. I was just wondering.
Yeah, the squirrely thing is him.
What gets me is the
literally being
time, dude.
Yes.
The time. What the fuck are they doing?
So right. So this is and here's the squirrely thing, Marcel. If you'll zoom into that airport,
Yeah.
this is where it gets really fucking.
Where's the fucking airport?
So
where the hell does he land?
It's right. It's right. You see that gray thing right there? Right down. Right there. Right.
Yeah.
Up.
Right there.
Right there.
That's the runway.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. So that's the plane landing right there.
So you'll see him. He hits ground. Now, what he does is he hits ground, and then he taxis up and veers to the left. Okay, you see that little left turn
so this
there,
is
right?
at 10:57 right here.
Right.
10:57 with 27 seconds.
Right. So he taxis over to the drop-off area. There's a tarmac there.
Right. This has been about 1 minute has elapsed.
Yep.
Say okay.
So
sneaky motherfucker.
He's
doing
picked something up, dropped something off. And here's the funny thing. So he gets over to where he's getting to. So I mean, we don't know. It's conjecture. Is dropping something off?
It's only been about 3 minutes.
Yeah, but look at the speed.
That's the hangar, isn't it?
It is the hangar. So here's the deal. To me, if you have
Kenny?
This hangar, that dark area, this is a perfect spot because we know there are a lot of planes that are out on this area. This is a perfect spot to do a transfer into a cargo jump. Okay, and I'll get to that in a minute. So actually, we'll address it right now. You are 3 hours and 55 minutes to Geneva, Switzerland, and that is going through scenic, windy roads through the Alps. But as the planes fly, you are literally 1 hour, actually about 55 minutes from Geneva through another plane.
Wait a minute.
And what's
So you're
in
telling
Geneva?
me that they landed over here and they could go and drive to Geneva in a couple of hours to the fucking to Switzerland? To the money laundering capital of the world?
I don't think that's what's happened. I think what's happened is they probably transferred something into another plane, something that has probably a tail number and a flag from Switzerland, and had that land in Geneva because that is like the first or second largest free port for art in the world. One of the oldest, and that's where you store, sell, hide art. So it's a very convenient. He's literally on the ground for like 17, 18 minutes, maybe 20 minutes tops. What the fuck else is he doing? You cannot lower your door on your plane. You cannot, turn it, set it, lower the door, get your people off or people on. You still have to put luggage on. You're looking 30, 40 minutes. This is all conjecture. Maybe they didn't have luggage, but it is, something smells bad. And then
so it's 11:10 at this moment.
Yeah, look at his speed as he's going across, as he's taxiing across this airstrip.
It's showing 0 knots.
No. Go to the right. You'll see a flag where he makes the turn. So pan to the right.
All right.
Keep going. Right. Keep going.
Oh,
right.
he went
Yeah,
around,
right there
didn't
where
he?
that
He did
turn
not
is.
just disappear there and show up over here, did he?
Yeah,
going
he's
about
doing
16.
16. Yeah, he was doing 16, but now he's doing 21 knots or 21. I don't know if it might be 21 miles an hour, actually. It is 21 miles an hour. It's 14 knots. So he's doing 21 miles an hour. Nope, it's 21 knots. My bad. So 21 knots is
25 knots.
26, 27 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
That's not normal. He's just in a hurry. Someone's chasing him.
He's in something is amiss.
That's fucking awesome, man. I'm gonna crack a beer to that one, guys. Somebody's fucking chasing Kenny Griffin.
Cocaine.
I mean,
deal
when
gone
have
bad.
you ever? When
He's
have
picking
you
up
ever
Mayo.
seen a
Damn,
fucking-
Zany, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
When have you ever seen a plane on a taxiing?
Well, he
doing
landed at 10:57,
26
and it's 11:34, and they're fucking peacing out.
Yeah, 26, 27 miles an hour on a fucking taxi. Come on.
Yeah, he's like running from a cop car or something, you know, throwing some shit
Jesus.
into another
He's
back
running,
of another
he's running
airplane.
from himself.
Jesus.
Look at the speed difference when he goes back too.
All right, guys, we got to do this quick. 'Cause I only got so much blow, and it's only going to get me there and back if we make it within a couple hours.
AKA the mail.
It was a Mayo deal gone bad. That's pretty good, Jake. Let's see, Ken Griffin. Where the fuck did you go? So they just turned and burned, dropped some shit off, or made an exchange, maybe met up with somebody, did a little quick little crypto hard wallet exchange. Who knows?
Yeah, we're approaching 460 knots, so we're like 520, 530 miles an hour or somewhere in there. He's giddy upping.
Hold on a second. What time was this motherfucker over there? 10:55 at 10:20 on 10:21.
Well, you should have done that in South Africa. You should have looked at that crypto wallet.
The Africa one is missing for like an entire 24 hours though.
Yeah.
Convenient.
Yeah, but you know what? If you
One thing
see
that
a massive move,
let me ask you something. Is this time here 10:56 with the L? That means local time. Is that 10:56 Milano time? I think that's what the local
most
time
likely,
stands
yeah.
for. Because at 12:47, October 21st, somebody sent $198 million worth of Ethereum off of Binance onto a wallet, a hard wallet today. And the ETH address associated with the transaction has been identified as this. Hey, Gary Gensler, here's another submission. You'll be seeing this video tomorrow, sir. So according to Glassnode, only 12.7% of the total supply of Ethereum remains liquid across all centralized exchanges.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty interesting stuff right there. What does he do when he takes off on his way back, dude?
Dude, he gets up and gone fast. Like I said, he's doing, I think it was like almost 600 miles an hour, 560 miles an hour.
So they land over here on the 21st.
Yeah.
They land at London on the 21st at 13:07, and they depart on the 22nd at 10 o'clock. So about 18 hours later. That's a quick trip overnight, man. Holy shit. I mean, I know he's got money to just go have lunch and shit, but this doesn't seem like just a little lunch trip. Like, who wants to take a trip across the ocean to have lunch? It's not that fucking pretty.
Take a look at where he's going.
To have a 34-minute trip in Milano for no fucking reason? Yeah, I'm sure there was no reason, huh? Nothing illegal happening here.
Nothing to see here, folks. Keep moving along.
See where the fuck we're going next. On October 22nd at 07:26, he takes off. What
We're going to
the
your
fuck?
favorite place in Europe.
Where the fuck, you sneaky bastard? Oh shit, he's going to peg Jim Cramer again.
Yep. Granada, baby.
Holy fuck.
Stops at Granada first for a
He goes to
very
La
short
Nava.
time.
That sneaky bastard landed at La Perdiz airport in Spain, didn't he?
Yeah, we lose him right there. Just
Always,
like
but
last
that's where the
time. Once he
tracker
fucking-
is. That's where the tracker ends, like the nearest tracker.
Yeah, I think
That's
what
why.
it is. I think what it is we're not pinging him after he goes across those mountains and he gets lower and slows down. I think it's harder to pick him up. It's a rural area.
No, absolutely right.
But if you remember the last time he got up there and then did like a 45-degree turn.
This one's over here by
after a while,
Linares.
and that's pretty much what it did. Yeah.
He's hiding his mail in the mountains.
This doesn't look like La Nava. This is not La Perdiz airport.
No. But look at his altitude. He's not stopping there.
I see. His altitude is way too high to stop right here.
Right.
This is at 9650.
So he's
There's
getting
no
up-
way he lands right there. You're absolutely fucking right.
No.
That means he's got to go past.
Yeah, it's about. I want to say, if memory serves me correctly, the airport at La Nava is about 1,400 feet. So elevation's
Yep.
about 1,400. So he's got a delta of about $7,000, somewhere in there, a little over. So
There
yeah,
it is.
he's
I fucking
getting up
remember.
over the-
Here it is.
Yep.
That's the small one, but this is Aerodromo del Viso del Marqués, where his heavy jet is too big to land. This is where they're landing most likely.
Right.
Again, in Aerodromo de la Perdiz, right outside of La Nava. That is something special right there.
Wow.
Yep.
Hey, and that, if I remember correctly, that fucking route was completely different the last time he went there.
Well, just so
It
you
was
guys know,
closer.
for anybody that asked about the crypto transaction, what happened during that time, on October 21st, somebody made a $198 million withdrawal worth of Ethereum off Binance. And there's the Ethereum address associated with it. If anybody wants to look into it, there it is right there.
Yeah, what's the
Have a
time
blast.
difference?
It was 12:47 p.m. Eastern time, I believe, but that was around the 22:47 local time in Milano. So I think that time actually adds up off the top of my head. I'm not exactly positive, but it seems to add up. And if anybody wants to take a moment, there's that Ethereum address. If anybody's smart enough to go fucking figure out who the hell owns that shit. I don't
Put the
think
link
that's
on
possible,
the
but who
general
knows?
chat real quick.
Yeah, to your point, Elmo, that last time he went more northeast, but depending on the wind, depending on other routings, that's not uncommon to deviate a little bit, especially if it was a higher wind that day. But the important thing is to notice so I think he gets over 320 miles or knots, and then it's down to like almost immediately after he gets over that mountain range. So we know he's decelerating and he's also losing altitude. So it is very, very similar to the route that he took prior. I think La Nava is the most likely candidate.
Makes
For
sense.
sure. That's a nice
Yeah.
fucking airport.
But where we gave him credit last time, well, this could have been a holiday or a go gun shooting or, take clients out. Not twice in a month. No, that's too much money. What did we say it was, Marcel? 100,000 a person per day?
It's $90,000 a person just to go partridge shooting.
No, euros. Yeah, 90,000 euros.
Yeah, 80,000 euros, $100,000. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what this fucking place looks like. For those, I'm sure they have whores. They got partridge shooting. Yeah, horseback riding. They got pegging Jim Cramer. They got hot tubs, infinity pools. It's a nice fucking place. I bet you this guy is this guy right here is one of the richest people in all of Spain. We covered this in a previous video. I would bet you any money that they're having some sort of, well, in speculation, I would guess that they're having some sort of, transaction happening here.
Fucking cool kids club at airports.
Yeah, that, and I think he's really trying to salvage a whale relationship that he's got.
Business partnership with that guy. How shitty would it be if that guy said, "I want my $10 billion back right now," And Citadel, they have 3 different options. Citadel may or may not be able to hold their money from them, and if they can't, Ken Griffin's fucked. He might be over there trying to convince them to keep his money, to keep their money invested with Citadel, that everything's going fine.
Or he might be asking Ken where his coca money is. So
yeah, where's my fucking money, Ken Griffin? Gary Gensler, I want my fucking money, motherfucker. Excuse me, do you have any Grey Poupon? That's right, Paul. That's right, brother.
And they got, and actually working on their grapes, Charles Gasparino, that
part of a year now. Some people more.
Yep.
Look at deep fucking value. You don't believe me? Go look at the ISDA contracts for your goddamn self. It's that fucking simple.
There's an old military saying, Kenny, you can run, you can try to hide, but you're just gonna die tired.
Cannot hide, you little piece of shit. So that's Liabilities right there. Their elevation's right around 1,500 feet. And his airplane was last caught here at 9650. So it's definitely safe to say, in speculation, that this piece of shit landed over here to peg Jim Cramer and beg them to keep their money invested in their company. So that being the case, I don't know what the fuck he did next. Let's find out. What did he do October 23rd? Man, he was there from the 22nd till the 24th, huh?
Right. That's a long holiday at that place.
Something's not right here. What the fuck's going on? How come it ended me up over there?
Well, that's because he went back.
Yeah, I see.
It's a lot of cocaine.
Yep.
But this
there's
time,
the airplane coming back out of there again.
Yeah, this time he went straight from Granada to the U.S. So.
Oh, so he left Liabilities, went to Granada. Did they stay long enough for a refuel, or did they just stay long enough for some fucking fuckery?
That I don't know.
Let's
I didn't
find
look
out.
for that. So you look at
That's the
ground to
takeoff.
ground.
I'll put them on this side. So Kenny G landed at 0617, 0618 basically.
And he went back over the tarmac there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Sure did. So
they did.
He's dropping somebody off.
He parked. Yeah, they dropped somebody off. They used some stairs over here, most likely. Look, what's up? Yeah. They stopped here to drop somebody off. This was their trajectory outwards. So he was there the better part of 2 hours.
Yeah, so most likely that first was a drop off, and that second little leg back there, that little tit, was probably a refuel. Yep.
Yeah, definitely hung out there for a little bit in Granada. 2 hours. That's more than just a refuel.
And if memory serves me correctly, I think he went straight to Chicago. I don't think he went to New York.
Yeah, which is kind of weird, right? Because so far he's been stopping in New York a lot on the way back to Chicago, but this time he didn't. And it's not because he needs the air. We know it's not because he needs the fuel. So there's a purpose to it, stopping in Teterboro. But this time
Yep.
Oh, no, he does. He
Oh,
does.
he
He does
did.
go straight over to Teterboro again. Mm-hmm.
I must
Right
have
to
been
his
the
little
last
apartment
time.
over there. His little $50 million
How long was he
apartment.
there for?
Doesn't stay long at all, though. Leaves literally 24 hours later or so to
Yeah.
go back to Chicago.
But that's been his method though, stopping
Yeah.
at Teterboro, and yeah.
There's gotta be
it's
a
probably
reason,
where
though.
Jim Cramer's got his love shack there.
Local Urban says Gary Gensler, I want my money is my current ringtone. That's fucking awesome, dude. That's fucking awesome. Let's play it one more time for those that haven't heard it a million times already. I want my fucking money. Money. That's right. Money. I want my fucking money. Pay up, Ken Griffin. Gary Gensler.
I gotta go top off my drink. I'll be right back.
Money. I want my fucking money. Gary Gensler. I want my fucking money. Going to the goddamn moon. Hell yeah. I want my fucking money. Gary Gensler. I want my fucking money. Money. Money.
We're going to Pluto, so
be on the lookout for the new merch coming your way soon too. People want to super chat me. I tell them I don't want super chats. Buy some merch instead. That way you at least got something to show for it. You got something you could rock. You know, some nice quality tees, some nice hoodies. Sweater weather's coming around. I'm rocking the Adidas. I'm gonna rock the. We're gonna be so fucking rich one real soon here. I'm gonna get that in a black hoodie, black pullover for sure. Probably a red one too. That'll be dope. We got a couple graphics. Got some more graphics coming your way too from our graphic designer Jesse Garcia, I believe his name is. Check him out on Twitter.
Better be one with Gary, I want my fucking money.
Yeah, we're gonna have one that says Gary Gensler, I want my fucking money. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So he's making those as well. So I hope you guys are pumped.
when are you gonna have the store up, boss?
What's that, brother?
So when are you gonna have the store up so we can buy some shirts?
We'll have it up a little bit later this week. Just wanted to get everything in order first. Make sure we got good quality stuff. I don't want to just get cheap shit. You know, I want nice quality material, nice quality merchandise. You know.
Absolutely.
I want a hoodie with a picture of you and Kenny G at the plane there.
On the airplane.
Yeah, I wanted to say something like, "Oh, where in the world is Kenny Griffin?"
Kenny G's #1 fan club. We need another
Yep.
shirt that says that too, bro.
Alimus wants a silverback with blunts. I dig it. You know. I dig it.
Can we get any custom work done, like me on the plane with Kenny's wife and kids? After I take all his money.
When his airplane gets seized and sold at auction, I'm going to buy it, have the inside professionally cleaned to get all the cum stains out, and then we're going to go partying in the fucking back of Kenny's airplane. I'm going to ride around the world. We're going to pick up all the apes. We're going to smoke
Hell
blunts in
yeah.
the sky. It's legal up there.
Hell yeah.
Fucking dude.
Just as long as it's all smoke before you fucking touch down.
I'll have windows. Looks like this piece of shit's over in Chicago as of right now, spending the weekend in Chicago. So that's no surprise. All right, Ken Griffin. Life of crime is for me, apparently, is what he's saying. I don't know. But again, this is all speculation,
Yeah, like
just
I'm-
for your entertainment.
Yeah, I think the 13th and the 14th he made a trip to Aspen too.
He went out to Aspen, Colorado, make a random trip
from Chicago
to his house.
Chicago went out to Aspen.
Where he goes over there and spends 38 minutes in Aspen, Colorado for no reason. It's one of those. He takes a 4-hour vacation in Aspen.
Abbreviated
Actually, I
trip.
think he was there overnight.
Oh, okay, that's good. That is
It was an-
solid.
It's just an abbreviated ski trip.
Well, I know he's not partridge hunting. I can't see that motherfucker shooting a gun. He called Chicago as bad as Afghanistan. Please, man.
It's so bad.
He's so scared to walk around Chicago by himself. It's sad. It's sad. A man who could throw
He's scared to
bedposts
walk
at women.
around
That's
his
right,
bedroom
Rico.
by himself. He's throwing fucking bedposts at his wife. He's scared to walk around his own bedroom.
Yep. What a tough guy, huh?
I think
Right.
it'd be funny.
What a fucking tough guy.
I think it'd be funny if some Southsiders from Chicago just whooped his ass, just randomly whooped his ass if he's walking around. It'd be great.
I'm sure that's why he travels with security. But it's a nice place for a meeting. Nice place to secure some funding for your company. That's for sure.
Hey, boss, let me run a little question by you, something I was curious about.
Yeah, what's up, man?
So, you know how, we talk about too, like, the market being basically overbought, or, all the stocks being overpriced.
Oh, yeah.
Curiosity, not the market as a whole, but like specifics, like several different stocks, whether it be GME, this and that. If you listen to Charlie's vids and you take the shorting that's been going on all the way back for many of these for years and years and years, and some of these FTDs being rolled over and over and over.
Yeah.
I wonder what the price of those stocks really value at when people don't really realize like the FTD amounts that have accumulated so much and the shorts against them and the price they're still at today of what their true value would maybe necessarily be. Just a thought, curious.
Yeah, a lot of people are so unaware as to how easy it is and how much they're able, that these market makers and hedge funds are able to manipulate the market. They don't realize all the tactics that they have available to them, and the fact that all these new filings, like the one we discussed at the beginning of the video, the DTCC filing slashing collateral, are really going to help to bring out the real price in these stocks. I like to say a lot that the price isn't real right now. Like I feel like I'm catching it on sale, plain and simple, man. And I continue to buy it personally, and I'm going to continue to buy it all the way up. To each his own. But a lot of people are unaware as to the way that they're really manipulated, the amount of synthetics and the ETFs that hold these stocks that are also shorted, that are all going to have to be bought back until at some point when the liquidity's dried up. May not be today, may not be tomorrow, but eventually it's going to happen, and I'm okay with waiting. So that's all I can really say about that. Is I definitely think that a lot of people are going to be amazed when this shit goes down. They're going to be incredibly amazed as to what's really happening. Oh, one more thing I wanted to mention. Please keep your eyes open for Log the Float. We are working on a website which will allow you to take position screenshots and hide your account information in order to help us log the float of AMC and Gamestop. Working with this along with User of Intellect, AMC Bigums, Jackson Hunter, a few other people, Astro, several other people. We're all kind of working on this to get this website going. I'm doing less than they are because they've decided to spearhead it, but I'm going to do everything I can to try to help. So I'm going to be working on the FAQ section, frequently asked questions. If you have any questions, for the Q&A or FAQ for what is going to be Log the Float, please let me know, because I'm going to have to compile this and put it together for the website so that when you go there, you don't have to, everyone's going to be asking the same questions. We want to have it clearly laid out so that you can go in there and read and have your most frequent questions already answered. For example, here's what the website is going to look like. The beta version is a simple technology solution to log the float of AMC and GameStop. Currently under final testing, and here we're excited to share a preview. This is Log the Float. All right, we'll share the URL with you at a later time. It's not ready for release yet, so we've only been beta testing it. This is the current number of AMC outstanding shares. According to Yahoo Finance, we're going to have a current number of institutional and fund ownership, insider and ETF shares listed here. And then lower down on the page, the total number of retail AMC shares logged so far. So you cannot quite see it here, but there's going to be another field here stating how many shares people have uploaded and shown us and logged with us. An account does have to be created. We don't want your login or information or anything like that, but you do have to create an account to prove that you are a real person, at the website. number of AMC shares you want to add, you put in the number of shares that you own, and then you upload a screenshot to share to prove your position. Please do not try to fuck around and Photoshop the data. We are going to be analyzing it and analyzing various pictures for Photoshop manipulation. But we will also be using a data analyst to account for possible manipulation through different percentages, through margins of error. So we're going to get to the bottom of this one way or another.
It's an absolutely great fucking idea, and it's going to force them to fucking not be able to deny and hold some accountability to what's going on.
And it's okay even if they don't. I mean, they might not want to. This is not something that we expect to have the SEC go ahead and cause a share, call for a share recount. That's not the goal here. The goal is for us to be able to figure out how many shares I have, you have, and the other 4.1 million other retail investors in AMC and GameStop have. So anybody here, because we all know from say.com, whoever registered for say.com technologies website, we only had about, I don't know, what was it, like 1% of shareholders logged about 14% of the float. That's ridiculous. And that I didn't do because you have to input your username, your account username information, and I didn't feel comfortable doing that. But this way, with Log the Float, I'll be able to take position screenshots, just scratch out my username, and upload them and write in my IP address, create an account, type in the number of shares I have, put in my IP address, and that way it'll be submitted that way so that nobody will know who I am, how much I have invested in there. It'll be completely anonymous. No one will have any of my account information or password whatsoever. So between all of us, by going on here and uploading our position screenshots, we'll be able to figure out how much of the float we own. Paul Peterson has 843 shares. Is that enough to become a millionaire? Well, first of all, I don't know if you're talking about AMC or GameStop, but nobody knows what's going to happen, man. But that's a good amount of shares, I'll tell you that much. That's a real good amount of shares. Good for you.
Hey, Chief. You want to go over, what if you have shares in multiple brokers?
Oh, you can upload multiple. That's why we're giving the option. You input the number of shares you add. So you can input the number of shares here, and then you take, pictures of your multiple brokerage accounts, and then you upload them. That way we can add them up, make sure that it adds up to your total, and we've counted them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Easy
So
enough.
yeah, you don't have to share any of that account information. You don't have to worry about anybody having access to your password. Everybody will be required to log their IP address, because that way we can keep track of you. So if you're using a VPN, I'm sorry you're not going to be able to participate, but hey, turn off your VPN for 30 seconds. Give us your real IP address. And if you're not comfortable with that, well, hey, nothing I can do for you. But IP addresses are very easy to find, and nobody can really do shit with your IP address as long as you've got a proper firewall, for the most part. And by the way, if anybody really wanted to find your IP address, they could do so at any moment. So don't overestimate your anonymity on the web. I'll say that much. Because there's not much of it. Well, let's share that one more time for the people in the back. What's up, Canuck? Good to see you guys. Brent, Ian, appreciate you all, boys and girls, for coming out. Pam, thank you much to you and the rest of the mods. Pete, thank you. I hope Javi's doing well today. I haven't seen Javi in a little bit, but hope he's all right. I was really pumped that my boy Edward Britchick posted this earlier. Now, again, this is just some technical analysis that he's done based off Pythagorean theorem and fractals. It's not necessarily... It's something you should take with a grain of salt. I personally believe that we're going to run a lot harder than this a lot sooner. That's a pretty nice prediction, if you ask me. So I just wanted to show that to you guys here. Oh, cool. I'm glad to see Javi. That's great news. What's up, brother? The whale's in the house. I dig it. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, so look out for Log the Float. Let me know if you guys have questions. If you could leave them in the Discord, that would be real helpful. That way I could compile the FAQ section for Log the Float. Really easy stuff. So yeah. No more Gasparino bullshit. Fuck you, Kenny G. Okay. Lastly, I also wanted to show you guys Sumitomo Mitsui has purchased on October 25th, filing date, 1.4 million shares of AMC, valued at $53 million, $53.74 million. That's pretty sick. That's the biggest purchase since Vanguard bought 10 million shares a couple months ago. So that's got me pretty pumped. You know, follow the money, as they say. Look at Janet Yellen. Look at fucking Nancy Pelosi, the Wolf of Wall Street. Damn, she's good. What a fucking exceptional trader, huh? You know what I'm talking about.
Hey, boss, what do you think the likelihood of them trying to actually tax unrealized capital gains?
I think that Janet Yellen's getting shit on for that. She's getting shit on for that hard right now. As a matter of fact, I posted a video of it a little bit earlier, and I'll see if I can pull it up. I think it's in the DD for live stream section. It's a 60-second clip. Yeah, the U.S. Senate. We've got a couple, actually, I want to show you guys.
Yeah, because aren't they playing it off like she's trying to focus on the billionaire
Well,
person?
but the whole point is, I mean, you could be up at a point, then down immediately. So, I mean, you're getting taxed, and then, you know, you get a rebate. I mean, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Listen to this. This is 41 seconds of straight fire. Steve Forbes.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen just endorsed a terrible idea from key Senate Democrats, and that is taxing unrealized capital gains of super billionaires. The idea is this would bring in money to finance President Biden's spending binges, but it is terrible. It sets a precedent. Even though you haven't sold the stock, you still get taxed on it. This would destroy hundreds of billions of dollars of value. It would mean less investment in the economy, and a smaller economy is bad for everyone, especially for the people Janet Yellen says she's in favor of, the lower and middle income people striving to get ahead. Kill this idea. It doesn't deserve to see even the light of day.
That's a pretty bold statement. That's pretty.
Yeah,
When Steve Forbes is laying into
Secretary Janet Yellen just endorsed a terrible idea from key Senate Democrats.
Like this?
And that is taxing
She should be
unrealized capital
embarrassed.
gains of super
She should be
billionaires.
ashamed.
The idea is this would bring in money to finance President Biden's spending binges. But it is terrible. It sets a precedent.
Bold move,
Even
Cotton.
though you haven't sold the
Yeah.
stock, you still get taxed on it. This would destroy hundreds of billions of dollars of value.
If you don't understand what this means that if you had made unrealized gains, that means you have money in the stock market and you haven't sold it by December 31st, you will now have to pay taxes on it come January tax season for the year prior. Okay, now that's what Janet Yellen is trying to implement right now, the Secretary of the Treasury, Janet Yellen. It is a terrible fucking idea. Could you imagine all the money that you have invested in the stock market, and say you're up, or we have a fucking squeeze, and you're not quite ready to sell, or something happens, you got your money invested in the stock market, now here comes tax season in January, and you've got to pay taxes on all this unrealized gains that is still sitting in the stock market that you could lose tomorrow. So you could pay the taxes on those unrealized gains, and the day after, you could lose almost every penny or lose the majority of all of those gains, and then even have a negative profit, and you can't get that money back that you spent in taxes. You would have to wait until the next tax season, until January of the next year, in order to claim those realized losses. So it could potentially fuck a lot of people.
investment in the economy.
That bitch
A
is
smaller
crazy.
Economy is bad for everyone, especially for the people
It's like
Janet
you giving a
Yellen says
loan to
she's
the
in
fucking
favor of,
government,
the
honestly.
lower and middle income
If that's
people
the case.
striving to get ahead. Kill
Bye,
this
Felicia.
idea. It doesn't deserve to see even the light of day.
Yes, sir. Hey, but
Bye,
while we're
Felicia.
on this subject,
Yeah, brother.
Back, why don't you talk to everybody about what you found earlier that we were discussing about, you know, how to basically make sure that you're not getting taxed on everything.
Oh, all right. So there's, if you guys haven't taken a look at Nomad Capitalist, I think you guys ought to go look at their shorts, go look at their videos. You'll learn some stuff. One of the tricks the Billionaires Club does in order to mitigate their wealth exposure, well, there's a myriad of things. I can't even go begin to touch all of them. But two of them that I was unaware of is, number one, if you were to purchase gold, and I'm talking about in bullion, not in coins, not in bonds, not in anything paper, no stocks, no ETFs, but I'm talking physical bullion, and you store it in a private place. So it has to. I don't think it can be in a like a U.S. bank or a U.S. vault that has any. It has to be a private company. Okay. Now you can store it in. We have those vaults here in the United States, but the problem is, even if they don't self-report to the government, the whole avenue about the billionaires doing this is it's non-reportable. When you have bullion and you store it in a private place, a private company, a private vault, it's non-reportable. You don't have to report that to the government. Now, if you do that in the United States, yeah, that you might have a contract with your vault and they don't self-report. But if for whatever reason the government gets wind of it or they go after this vault, they can subpoena that data. Now, if you do this in Singapore and Thailand or other places, emerging markets in the old Eastern Bloc, all these places have that. That's a place that the 1%ers hide their wealth. The other thing is foreign investments as far as real estate. Now, there's a caveat to this.
$600.
The caveat is you cannot make an income off of that property. So you can't have a lease, you can't have a renter, you can't have a partial agricultural like a vineyard or olive
Understandable.
oil
It cannot
making
be
or
a
anything
business
like
in
that.
any way. You can't make money off of it, but you
Right.
can have a place, any sort of property.
Yeah, so you can spend $50 million on a house, and if it's private and you don't make an income off of it, that's non-declared income. You do not have to declare that investment. Now, there is a metric shit ton of this stuff, but those two I was unaware of.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was an interesting video. It was a good short clip.
Yeah, and like I said, that's a pretty good wealth of knowledge is that company. They have a book also. They just updated it. It also touches back on base with the whole Montenegro thing and the countries that have either a residency by investment or a residency by just a bank deposit or a citizenship by investment. So it does a whole lot of things. And if you have enough shares to where you're going to have a multitude of money to where that would be beneficial to you, I suggest you search out either them or someone similar to them in order to get this data.
I agree. It's a good idea to use a CPA. Make sure you guys get a good CPA, certified professional
attorney.
accountant. Yep, get his tax firm. Don't go to fucking H&R Block like an idiot to get your taxes done. Don't use some stupid website to get your taxes done if you just made a shitload of money on the stock market. Do the smart thing. Spend a few bucks to get a certified accounting professional to take care of your taxes. Look at this
And if you have a
shadow
lot of
banking
shares-
sector. Listen to this, guys.
Emerge during
It's my favorite part of the video.
Pandemic.
Oh, Yeller spills the beans, guys. This is fucking proof if I've ever heard it.
There are threats
Listen.
to financial stability that have come from the growth of activity in the shadow banking sector. We saw some of those threats emerge during the onset of the pandemic. We have, for example, open-end bond funds that guarantee daily redemption.
RRP.
Saw massive withdrawals by individuals who wanted to flee to cash.
Right here, she's telling us that we saw massive withdrawals by individuals who wanted to flee the banking sector and withdraw their money in cash. And what would that do?
And that can trigger fire
That'd be
sales.
1929 all over again.
Yeah.
Yep.
It can trigger fire sale of assets. What happens when fire sales happen?
With systemic consequences.
Margin calls.
The Financial Stability
All day
Oversight
long.
Council that I head has taken that up as
Financial Stability
a
Oversight
topic
Council.
that we're looking at and examining. There are issues relating to hedge funds and the
Which I personally don't think.
There are issues relating to hedge funds and the possibility that they will trigger
of leverage
financial
there
runs.
that can trigger financial runs.
If you're not aware, Google financial runs. The Investopedia definition for financial runs, it means it's a stock market term that it causes either a sharp increase in the stock price or a sharp decrease.
That's another topic.
That's a
And
real
more
term. She's not just
broadly,
making shit
climate
up.
Change over time is, I believe, could be a significant risk to the financial sector and the economy. And IFSOC is
perfection.
also doing work on that to assess, evaluate, coordinate regulators.
She literally tells us that the shadow banking sector and banks over leveraging is going to
Looking
fuck
more
our
broadly,
economy.
what do you assess to be the most significant systemic risks or threats to financial stability?
I think there are threats to financial stability that have come from the growth of activity in the shadow banking sector. We saw some of those threats emerge during the onset of the pandemic. We have, for example, open-end bond funds that guarantee daily redemption.
That's what I'm fucking
saw
talking about.
massive withdrawals by individuals who wanted to flee to cash, and that can trigger fire sales of assets with systemic consequences. The Financial Stability Oversight Council that I head has taken that up as a topic that we're looking at and examining. There are issues relating to hedge funds and the possibility of leverage there that can trigger financial runs. That's
what I'm fucking talking about. We're going to be so fucking rich. God damn it. God damn it, old Yeller, you sexy old bat. Thank you. Thank you very much for telling me everything I needed to fucking hear. We all knew that these banks were over-leveraged to the tune of $426 trillion in total derivatives. These guys are fucked. We're going to be so goddamn fucking rich.
more broadly.
God, I'm
climate
so
change
fucking
over
pumped.
time is,
I'm so
believe
fucking
could be
pumped.
a significant risk to the
Definition of financial
sector
runs.
and
You
the
ready for
economy,
this?
and if
Yeah,
so,
brother.
is also doing
It's
work,
fucking great.
work on that
A
to
bank run occurs
assess,
when a large number of
evaluate,
customers of a
coordinate.
bank or other financial institution withdraw their deposits simultaneously over concerns of the bank's solvency. Bank runs have occurred throughout the history, including during the Great Depression and the 2008-2009 financial crisis.
For those of you that are unaware,
See panic.
it's the exact same fucking shit that we were dealing with in 2008, in 2000, and in 1929. This is the Great Depression 2.0, and I've got my hedge to the shittiest fucking economy I've seen in my entire life. I hate to fucking say that, but it's the goddamn truth. Peace and wealth. I wish you all the best. Good luck. Good luck.
And if you want my fucking money, watch a holiday movie. Just as a wonderful life. I just tell you,
My fucking money.